really hard to please. Perhaps I have such special needs.
Hey guys, so this is going to be like my kind of pilot episode for just a kind of like a vlog that I want to start. And the title like just came to me. It's just gonna be called Couch Corner Chats. You know, like BeeJacksCorner. I'm gonna be probably on my couch for most of them. So yes, this series is gonna be called Couch Corner Chats. And today I'm just gonna kind of touch base on like frustration, specifically geared toward creative frustration, but not solely just regarding that. So the stuff I want to say kind of can be applied, I feel like, to more than just that. And as you see, this is pretty impromptu, like scarf still on, slick down, and full effect, coming soon. Nothing on my face, nothing, but it's okay. You know, I don't need to be dressed up and dolled up for every single video. So yeah, this is the beginning, and I hope that I actually stick with this and stay disciplined. Realized, you know, that was a little low, so that's been adjusted. But yeah, so frustration. So today I've been pretty flustered and kind of like frustrated creatively, just because I always feel like I do something, I accomplish something, I set a goal, I achieve it, then it's like, what next? You know, like I'm a little kid, like just antsy, just sitting around like, what do I do next? Like, I feel like I always need to be doing something, or else what I previously did kind of doesn't matter. And specifically, like, geared toward my writing, I always feel like, you know, like I need to find a way to get like more exposure for my book and more exposure for my poetry and my prose and my writing. And like, you know, I've recently tapped into screenwriting and I've completed 2 scripts, and I'm just like, I need to get, you know, like things out there. Like, I need to get people to see this so that it can be taken to the next level. You know, like, what's the use of writing something or accomplishing something that you have a goal for if you keep it to yourself, or if nobody sees it, or if you don't know whose hands to put it into, you know? And I feel like that's something that a lot of people struggle with, whether you're a musician, whether you're a painter, singer, dancer, whatever. It's like, yeah, you're recording all these great videos, you're singing all these great songs, your voice is great, your sound is dope, it's unique, but nobody's seeing it.
But then on the other note, it's like, because I feel like, you know, like I wrote something in my book, so I'm like, wait, let me rephrase or like reword this so I don't sound like a freaking hypocrite or like I'm contradicting myself. But I'm not saying like do those things for recognition, like never. You know, like I'm gonna write regardless because I love to write. You know, if you love to sing, sing regardless. If you love to dance, keep two-stepping regardless, you know? But what I'm saying is when you're trying to transition into doing something for a living or making that your livelihood and paying your bills with this passion or this talent that you have, that's what I'm referring to more.
I've known this for years, but I literally say the word like so frequently because I hate saying like or like I just did. But yeah, I gotta work on that.
Can y'all tell how much fun I'm having with these sound effects? And the thing about these videos is there won't necessarily be answers because I don't have answers. So this is kind of just like a follow along with me, and we'll kind of like figure it out together. Like, I'm confused, somebody else is probably confused. Like, you don't have to be confused alone. That's basically like the gist of all of this. And it's super frustrating as well because I'm just gonna like dive into the personal realm a little bit. So yesterday, this like big shady blow up kind of happened with the job I had. So now like, well, one of the jobs that I had, bartending. So it's like now I don't have that anymore, which is super frustrating because it's like now today, like, you know, I have all this free time and I feel like I kind of just wasted it because I didn't know, you know, like what to do. Like, I sent out some emails in regards to my book. I've reached out to some bookstores. You know, a lot of them say, oh, if you're not a part of like a main distributor, like in the DMV area, then we're not gonna, you know, like promote your book, or you can't have it in our stores. And my book is self-published. So, you know, like that's kind of frustrating to be rejected. so many times over and over and to hear the same thing. And it gets really, really, really frustrating to feel like you're doing everything that you can within your reach to do, especially when you don't know of anybody who can put you in touch with the right people that you need. Like if you're a singer and you want to get signed, you could be the greatest singer in the world, and if you feel like, if you don't know anybody to kind of direct you, or if you're not able to find shows to perform at where people can see you, or like if you don't have enough Instagram followers or Facebook friends or whatever, Snapchat views, then you kind of just feel like, how do I find an audience? I guess that's one of the most frustrating things creatively, especially specifically with me. I can't speak for everybody, but I know that I've talked to some friends who can also agree. Finding like-minded people and finding an audience, those are two of the hardest, most frustrating things in the creative process, specifically when you're trying to discuss certain things and the people that don't know anything about what you're talking about. Like, me, for instance, like screenwriting now, but I only know like a couple people who screenwrite. So before I knew them, it was really frustrating because I had all these questions and Google was the only answer that I had, and it answered them adequately at the time. It's like sometimes you want like that back and forth, like dialogue. And it's just like, like what I've learned from the frustrations of like jobs and all that kind of stuff is just like, no matter where you go, you kind of find like the same issue, like you feel like you don't fit, or it's not a good fit, or, like management doesn't respect you, or whatever the issue may be, or like, you just don't care, you're not passionate about it, and it's because you're not supposed to be doing it. And it's really, really frustrating too when you know that, you have bills to pay. Some people, like have kids, student loans, parents that they're helping financially, whatever the case may be, and you're chasing a dream and you're trying to pursue a passion, but it seems like it's just this never-ending cycle of like accomplishing something, not having the right people to show it to, or to help promote, or to put it out there so that other people can see it and gravitate toward it. And then you get frustrated, and then you're not making money off of it, so you go back to doing what you don't like doing, and then so much time passes, then it's a year, and it's 2 years, and then you look up, and your momentum is gone. I'm like cracking up at my parents right now, like, what? Stay focused, Brittany, stay focused. And it's okay, I'm back. And it's just like, what do you do next? Like, what is the next step? And I kind of want to create this space where this, this channel, this whatever you want to call it, to get people who are feeling the same way together, so that, like you're not going through it alone. You're not trying to find all the answers by yourself. There are other people who might be able to answer your questions, or other people who have the same questions, and maybe together with your 2 heads or your 3 heads or 10 heads together, like you can find a solution or figure something out. Or maybe somebody will know somebody who knows somebody who can help you or who can answer your question. And I feel like that's kind of what life and like this creative realm should all be about. And I've just noticed that, like a lot of people, once they figure it out for themselves, they don't want to help anybody else, or they don't want to tell anybody anything. Or they'll say like, oh yeah, hit me up anytime, blah, blah, blah. Can't count how many times I've heard that. Yeah. Like let me know. Whenever you get it together, just hit me up and we can link. Then you hit the person up and y'all never link. And it's just interesting. And I don't ever want to be that person, because I'm determined to get what I want out of life and to achieve my goals, every single goal, to smash them over the head and to just like keep chasing and pursuing my passions. And it's like whenever I reach, there's no specific level I want to reach, because I feel like I don't want to put like a ceiling on anything. There are things I love to accomplish, but I'm never going to say like, oh, once I get to this level, like that's all I want. Never. But like whenever I reach whatever level it is, or whatever amount of followers it is, or whatever amount of views it is, where people feel like, like I have, sorry, I got a text, that I have like the the clout or the name or the influence or whatever word you want to use to help them, I don't see myself not answering people's questions or not helping people if I have the power to do it, or not trying to link them with somebody who I may know who can help them, especially if these are people who are genuine and sincere and not just trying to use you, but genuinely like trying to just hustle and perfect their craft as well. Like, there's enough room out here. There's enough space, like we don't have to reach a certain level and just feel like, oh, if somebody else reaches this too, like there's no more need for me. There's no more demand for me. Like, I don't know. I don't ever want to be that. And I've seen so many people say, like they're not going to be that and then become that. And so just as I'm determined to like make it, I'm also determined to not be that person once I do. And I could ramble on and on all day, but I guess I'm just going to end it with saying, we all get frustrated, especially creatives, because we're never satisfied, because we feel like there's always more to do, because our gears are always turning and our brain is always just pumping out different ideas and different information. And that's perfectly okay, but just trust the process, be patient, don't stop, don't get, complacent where you are, don't give up, and just don't lose the momentum. Like, I feel like that's the most important thing, because a year from now you can meet somebody, the exact person who, like you were looking for, that big break, that big opportunity could come, and if a year from now you meet that person but you're defeated by then, what was the point? So that is Couch Corner Chat out.
Thank you for watching.
And also, like, leave comments. Let's talk. Let's start dialogue. Yeah, let's collab.
Okay, now I'm really out for this time. Whoops, I think that was the part where I'm supposed to say like, comment, subscribe.
Good Lord, we back one more again. This for the people.